There is a number printed on the window of every car on that lot, and I am here to tell you that number was built in a lab. It was designed, tested, and tuned for one job: to make you feel like you won, right up until the moment you drive away and the dealership quietly counts the $3,000 you never knew you paid. Meet Tobin. Tobin did his homework, 6 weeks of it, spreadsheets, saved tabs, a forum thread he treated like scripture. He walked in ready for war, and after 2 long hours, he got the salesman to drop the price $100 below invoice. The salesman rubbed his forehead and said he might get fired over it. Tobin shook his hand and left feeling like a champion. Meanwhile, in a back office, someone was already counting the $3,000 they just made on him. Today, we walk into the rooms Tobin never saw. One honest note before we start: I am not a financial advisor. I am a cute animated avatar who got this job because the man who signs the checks happens to be my father. He owns the building. I own the microphone. So treat this as education, not advice, and do your own homework before you sign anything. Tobin walked in with one number in his head: $35,000. He found it on 3 websites. He cross-checked it. He trusted it. That number is called the invoice price, and it is one of the most beautifully built lies in retail. Tobin believed the invoice was what the dealer paid for the car. It was not. Let me show you the layers stacked underneath it. Layer 1, the dealer holdback. The moment Tobin drives off the lot, not before, not during, the exact moment he leaves, the manufacturer quietly wires the dealer 2 to 3% of the vehicle price. Call it a $1,000 thank you note addressed to the dealership, paid for by Tobin and seen by no one. Layer 2, floor plan assistance. Here is the part nobody tells you. The dealership does not even own these cars. They are borrowing them from the manufacturer on credit. So while the salesman talks about how much it costs to keep that car sitting on the lot, the manufacturer is the one paying the interest. Tobin is negotiating hard against a cost that does not exist. Layer 3, the market adjustment fee. You have seen it. Small print on the sticker. $2,500 market adjustment. What market? Whose adjustment? Nobody can explain it. It simply appeared like a gift the dealership wrote to itself. Layer 4, regional advertising fees. The manufacturer charges the dealer to run local ads. The dealer hands that bill straight to you. So Tobin is paying for the very commercial that talked him into walking through the door. Still counting, we are 4 layers deep, and Tobin has not even sat down in the finance office yet. Take a breath, roll your neck, because layer 5 is the small one, and what comes right after it is where the real money quietly disappears. Layer 5, the destination charge. This one is actually real. Shipping a car costs money. But every single dealer in your region pays the exact same destination charge. It is fixed. It is not a discount they can hand you, and it is not a favor. They just list it big, so the total looks heavier than it really is. 5 layers, and Tobin still has not sat down. Then the salesman smiles, shakes his hand, and says, "Let me get you set up with our finance team. Just some paperwork." Tobin is walked down a hallway into a small room with no windows. This room has a name in the industry. They call it the box. And the person across that desk is not a clerk. They are the highest paid salesperson in the entire building. Layer 6, the rate spread. The bank approved Tobin at 4%. That is his real rate. That is what he earned. The finance manager looks at the screen and says, "You are approved at 6%. That is competitive for your profile." That 2% gap does not go to the bank. It goes to the dealership. Over a 5-year loan, Tobin just handed them $2,400 in what the industry actually calls air. Then come the add-ons. For just $14 more a month, we will cover your tires, your paint, and your key replacement. $14. That sounds like nothing. But that little package is a $1,000 product with a 90% profit margin. They are selling Tobin a $100 product for $1,000 and hiding the price inside a monthly payment. Gap insurance, extended warranty, paint protection, tire protection, credit life insurance. One by one, by the time Tobin signs the final page, he has added $4,000 to a deal he was sure he already won. The salesman out front still thinks Tobin got a steal. He did, for the dealership. Now let us rewind and run the whole thing back, except this time, our buyer walks in with something different. Cash. $40,000 of it. He sits down, full of confidence, and says, "I am paying cash. Give me your best price." And the temperature in that room drops. The smile stays. The eyes go cold. Because that one sentence told them everything. No loan means no rate spread. No financing means no add-on insurance. No monthly payment means no $14 packages. He thought he walked in holding power. He actually walked in wearing a sign that said, "I cannot be monetized." So they refused to move on the price, not by a single dollar. The cash buyer paid $2,500 more than the financed buyer for the same car on the same lot on the same day. Cash is king, except at a dealership. At a dealership, financing is king, and the cash buyer is just a problem they charge extra to deal with. So how do you actually win? You play their game and you end it early. Strategy 1, the financing feint. Do not tell them you have cash. Let them believe they are about to make a fortune in the box. That belief is exactly what makes them flexible on the price of the car. Let them get excited, then use it. Strategy 2, ask for the buy rate. Once you are in the finance office, ask 2 questions. What is the buy rate and what is the contract rate? If they stall, change the subject, or suddenly need a glass of water, you already have your answer. Strategy 3, check for a prepayment penalty. Before you sign anything, confirm there is no penalty for paying the loan off early. This one matters for the last step. Strategy 4, the exit. Take their high-profit loan. Collect the discount on the car that the loan unlocked. Smile, sign, and go home. Then the following week, walk into your local credit union and refinance at a lower rate. Or simply pay the loan off with the cash you never mentioned. Tobin thought he won because he argued over a sticker. You win because you understand the math behind the curtain. Do not be the buyer who celebrates too early, and do not be the buyer who leads with the only leverage he has. Be the one who knows the real deal is never made on the sales floor. It is made in the fine print. If this pulled back the curtain for you, subscribe to Jetset Wealthstyle. Every video here is one more dollar the system does not get to quietly take from your future self. And before you go, the links below are where the homework lives. The ebooks, the financial calculators, and the rest of the resources. Think of them as the folder Tobin should have walked in with. Use them before your next big purchase, not after. I am Biscuits J. Read the fine print.